What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is the part 2 of the original video. So this one I want to talk about basically kind of like the meat and potatoes of the strategy, and basically explain to you how I visualize the price and what I look for and what I think. So if you're brand new to this strategy, what should you focus on and what you should be doing? Number one, I think you should be focusing on drawing your channels and understanding the price movement. Okay, channels is a big part of his system. It's basically the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter. If your channels are wrong, you're gonna get wrong entries. It's as simple as that. Okay, so how do you know if your channel is correct? What do you do? Well, first understand what the channel is. Channel is a vertical support resistance, right? That's what it is, right? So price is doing this in the range, right? Support resistance, right? And in a channel, it's the same thing, right? You have support here and resistance here, right? It's the same exact thing as a range. So can you trade channels with range rules? Technically you can. I don't really recommend it, but to understand what it is, it's a vertical range. That's it. So if the price is doing this, you just move the channel and kind of visualize it vertically. That's it. That's all there is to it, right? And the way that you would know if the channel is good or not is, first and foremost, you want the price to fit channel perfectly, right? And yes, some channels, in this case, in these bars, you know, you'll have channels something like, I don't know, where is it? Like something like this, right? Where it doesn't truly, how do I say, fit, so to speak, right? But the smaller channels, you're not really looking for that nice perfect fit. This is mostly for like a, you know, medium to larger channels. So if you're having a channel like this, right, you know, how do you know if this is the right channel? Well, number one, you have multiple touches. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 touches, right? And then you look at the bottom, and the price wouldn't always confirm the bottom of the channel. Sometimes you get like 1 touch or 2 touch. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you get 1 touch here and then like multiple touches in the bottom. Okay, but also notice the midline, and notice how midline fits perfectly in the middle, right? Does the price react with that midline? Does it bounce off the midline? Does it, you know, reject and reverse? So that's how we would know if the price is fitting nicely. And just zoom out on a bigger channel. Just zoom out, right? And look and say, okay, does this fit nicely? Yeah, it looks pretty decent, you know. And you know, this to me, that's a perfect channel, right? The problem is, like, is there going to be a break of channel in this example? Is this a break of channel? Honestly speaking, to me, no, because when you have this big channel down, you want to see a clear break, like, you know, something like this, right? You want to see a perfect clear break. So maybe it's like this, right? Play around, see what it feels right to you. This feels good. This feels good to me, so I'm gonna play this, right? When you draw a channel like this and you see that the trend is down, always look for trades with the trend. Don't try to buy here. Don't try to buy here or here or here or here, anywhere here. Don't try to do that, right? It's very hard to time the tops and bottoms. It's not impossible, okay? It's not. But you have to be very skilled to do that, okay? The best thing you can do, look for trades off of this channel, right? Off the channel, maybe look to trades off of the midline. That's a possibility. Maybe look to trades off of EMA, but do it with the trend, okay? Don't try to counter trend trade. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough mentally because you're going to be losing a lot, okay? If you're going with the trend, it's a lot more forgiving, all right? So practice drawing your channels, okay? What I used to do is, when I learned this strategy, I would actually practice on a playback. NinjaTrader has a playback function where you can load any time or any day and just put on a playback with a faster speed. So you don't have to sit there for 4 or 5 hours and try to understand what the price is doing or whatever, right? You can put it in like a 10 speed and just practice drawing channels, right? And this is when I had my when I was working in the mornings, 9 to 5, right? Or I should say 9 to 9, I should say. I used to work 12-hour days. But anyways, what I would do to come home, I would load up the data and I would just sit there for maybe 30 minutes and I would just practice drawing channels. Practicing entries, right? That's what I would do. Practice reading price action, right? On the weekends, I actually used Bitcoin. I will use Bitcoin on TradingView because if you get if you click on Coinbase, whatever, it's free. Like you don't have to have live data, right? Obviously, the markets are closed on the weekends for your stocks and whatever. But Bitcoin is 24/7, and I will use a 1-minute chart, and I'll spend 30 minutes out of my day on a Saturday and Sunday. 30 minutes, and I would just practice drawing channels. It's the same thing. It's the same freaking thing, okay? As long as you understand what the price is looking like in the sense of being correct, right? And being comfortable taking these channels or trading these channels and drawing them. The more you practice them, the more they're gonna look better and the more you're gonna get confident in them, right? A lot of times when I first started, I wasn't confident in my channels. I didn't know what a correct channel look like, but as you practice more and more and more, you start seeing that, okay, yeah, midline's here, this is looking pretty good, top of the channel is looking pretty good, the bottom's looking pretty good. Okay, this is my channel, I'm gonna play off this channel, right? So practice makes perfect. Okay, next thing to talk about is anticipating the signal entry, right? And pulling a trigger. Okay, so how do I interpret price? And I'll tell you exactly what I'm looking for. Let me just make the margins a little bit bigger. Let's make it 500. Okay. I forgot to mention the buy buttons. Oh man, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video. But if you're watching this, I have these buy sell buttons. Mac has them as well. What they do is they automatically switch between a stop order and a limit order, okay? Which is a huge time saver. You don't have to right click and do this and then that. No, you just click on this and place it wherever you want. It automatically will do a limit order or a stop order for you, right? If you want to buy and if you want to sell, same thing for the sell. Automatically detects buy or sell or limit order. Excuse me. Jesus. Okay, so let me just make this a little bit more. Do 800. Okay, can you see? Okay, perfect. Let me just delete this real quick. All right. So let's just say the price. Let me just delete all this. Yes. So let's just say I'm coming into the market somewhere here, right? Right, 9 o'clock. So what I would do, the first thing I would do is I would mark overnight highs, overnight lows, right? I do this, and then there'll be this right here. Okay. So that tells me, and of course I would analyze the price in the sense of what it did overnight. Okay. So then I would say, okay, the price is downtrend. Automatically, I'm thinking short. Automatically, without a question, I'm thinking short. Okay, I don't see a clear break. You could adjust the what do you call it? The price, right? And say maybe this is a break or not. Again, to me, that's not really a break. This is a pretty significant channel, pretty significant move down. You want to see something that's more clear, right? So then I would zoom in, and I would just be patient, right? Be patient, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the price to do this. Okay, now I see channel has been broken. Okay, so do I short now? No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, I'm waiting. I keep waiting. Okay, now I draw my correction. Boom, there's my correction. Okay, I can clearly see this is my correction channel up. Right now, what I like to see from the price, I would like to see the price to test this resist or this recent high. That's what I like to see. Why? Because again, price action rules. According to price action rules, When you get a break of channel, you usually get a retest of the high. So right now in this moment, I want the price to retest this high, preferably with a second entry. Okay, there you go. Price is going up. Oh, all of a sudden we have a down, or a pullback, I should say. I'm sorry, pullback. Again, are you going to take a short here? Technically, this is a lower high. No. Why? Because I want the price to complete, so to speak, the cycle, or complete the price action rule, and then I could look for a short. And all of a sudden, right, we have a second entry long. Now, again, me personally, I would not take the second entry long because I'm looking for the price to retest this low. However, it is a perfect setup in the sense of taking the second entry long. It's too late. You can clearly see 2 legs down with a second entry long, beautiful, above the EMA, all the good stuff. And again, you're looking for the price to retest this high. So maybe you take this. Me, however, I'm looking for shorts. And here we go. I'm being patient. There's a higher low here after second entry. Can't take that. It's a 3-bar congestion. And here we go. We get a retest of that high. Now I'm thinking, okay, has been completed, right? The price action has completed its, you know, whatever cycle, whatever you call it. And now I can resume looking for shorts, right? What does that mean? Well, it's either a triple test, maybe a lower high, maybe a failure, right? So you have new low here. Technically, it's new low here, and this is a failure, but whatever. Boom, there's your lower high. Do you take this? No. My rule is it's a 3-bar congestion, not enough room to the EMA, no trade. Okay? You don't care. Like, I don't care. I'll wait for the next setup. Boom. Right now, price is working down. Usually, I don't really draw a retest leg, but you can if you want to. And we get our first entry. Do we get a second entry? No. We have a break, new low. This has been completed. Right now, I'm thinking, okay, we're still kind of struggling to break this support here. So maybe we don't get a test. Maybe we do. I don't know. I'm just following the price. Right now, the price has completed this little correction here, and we're going up again. Boom, higher low. Do you take this? No. 3-bar congestion. No, thank you. Boom, price goes up again. Right now, at this moment, I would draw a little resistance here, right? This resistance. And now, you see this bar? Now, maybe I'm like, okay, maybe I take this trade, right? Because right now, it looks like we're in a range, right? So maybe you take this. Okay? Not a bad trade at all. 1, 2, 3, triple test, right? Even with a second entry short too, because you have new low, first entry, second entry short. Pretty good setup, in my opinion. Again, at this time, you're looking for the price to retest this low. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't. You just know that the price might retest this low. Okay, so you take that short. Boom, there's your first trade. Now it looks like price is going down again. Okay, draw your channel. Seeing this, I'm thinking I want to see a second entry short, right? Again, we don't get that. That's okay. Price chops sideways, not doing anything. This is in the middle of the range. I'm not interested. There's no trade zone. Not interested. Not interested. Price starts to reverse a little bit. Okay, this looks interesting. Double bottom here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if you get a higher low. Nope, to get a higher low, price reverses again. Starts going down. Okay. Maybe you have a break, a new low. I don't know. But it looks like the price wants to go lower. Okay, cool. Little congestion. Is there a trade? No trade. Price reverses again. I'm being patient. I'm being patient. Being patient. Okay, let's draw a channel. There's a channel working up. Right? We're going back to this range. Okay. Are we going to test this high again? This little resistance here? I don't know. Are we going to bounce off this the support to resistance? I have no idea. I'm just patient. I'm being patient and let price tell me what exactly it's going to do. Okay. Boom. Price bounced off this again. That looks interesting. However, since we have this channel working up, I kind of want to see what basically a second entry long and retest of the high again, because this is a pretty significant channel. Okay, so that's why I wouldn't take this. Boom. If you were taking this, you would have got stopped out. Right? Now you have a clear break and a new high. Maybe there's a bigger channel in play because look how price bounced off this EMA. I don't know. There's no trade for me anyways. So now we have a true high, right? Break new high, clear. And that's just true. I say clear, break new high. So now I'm thinking, okay, what I want to see now is a lower high with enough room to the EMA. That's what I want to see. We got a new high again. Price comes back up. Okay. This is interesting. I like this. Okay. Goes back up again. Okay. No trade. Do you short this because there's no trade? No. You're being patient. You're being very patient. Lower high. Boom. There's your lower high that I was looking at. Is it good? No. It's a 4-bar congestion. No trade. Congestion again. No trade. Price work is higher again. Keep going up. It keeps going up. Keep going up. Maybe there's a bigger channel in play. Let me draw a channel. Maybe there's something like this. Okay. So far, it seems working pretty well. Okay, we're bouncing up this bottom of the channel. You have a new high, first entry, second entry long right here. Do you take this? Yes. Why? Because you're looking for the I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Second entry at the key entry point. Yes, there might be a break here and a new high, but I'm taking it. Why? Because it's exactly what I'm looking for. Boom, here's your scalp is done. Maybe even another half a point or so, right? Price is working sideways. Okay, if you still in this trade, I would get out because it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 bar congestion. Either get out, break even, or 1 point or whatever, right? Price reverses, goes up, goes down again, right? So again, you're just being patient. Do you trade anything here? I don't like this. Nope, no thank you. And here we go. Now we have a true high again, right? Or new high, I should say. A retest of the high. I don't want to make up new things to confuse it, but we have a new high now. Okay. So now what I'm thinking, okay, we have a new high again to retest the high. So that means this channel has played out. Again, I want to see a lower high. And a lower high. I'm being patient. Do I short this? No, I want to see a lower high. I want to see a lower high. Lower high. Do I take this? No. 1, 2, 3 bar congestion. No trade. Does it work? Absolutely. But does it follow my rules? It does not. I'm not interested. Okay. However, you have new high, first entry, second entry long. Okay. Do you take this? My opinion, no. Why? Because you have a break new high already in place, so that there's a good chance the price might reverse. However, it still works. Okay, it works perfectly fine. And you can clearly see that price hugging this EMA. Oops. That should tell you something. Okay, it should really tell you something that maybe there's a wider range. Maybe the price is too, or the bulls are too strong, right? Price goes up again, right? And then all of a sudden we reverse below the EMA. Okay, we have new high, first entry, second entry, right? Do you go long here? No, it's below the EMA. We already have a break, 2 legs down or 2 legs up. This has been completed. I'm good. I'm not trading that. Price starts to reverse. Okay, this is good. I want to see this. So what do I see now? I want to see a second entry short below the EMA. First entry, do you take the trade? No, it's first entry. Price goes lower, goes lower, goes lower. Okay, that means there's no trade. I move on to the next thing. I'm being patient. I'm being patient. I'm being patient. I've been waiting. Okay, this is a good break for a new low. Okay, this channel has played out. Maybe there's a bigger channel in play. I don't know. I have to wait and see until price does its thing, right? There's your first entry. Okay, and then it goes up again, and then it goes up again, goes up again. Okay, so first entry, whatever the bar, next bar or whatever the price crosses the trigger point, there's no trade anyways. Because why? Because it's above the EMA. I'm not interested. There's your second entry short right here. Do you take this? No, it's above the EMA. Okay, price reverses again. Okay, so that means there's something bigger going on, right? There's your channel, right? Now we have break new high. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, boom, break new high, lower high. Do you take this? Yes. Why? Because it's only 2 bar. It's not a congestion. You have a break new high already in place, and there you go, planar to the EMA. And price works fantastically. Okay. Now you have a second entry long at the EMA. However, I do want to mention this. Okay, you have break new high. You could adjust this channel and say, okay, maybe, you know, it's something like this. You could, all right. But notice how the price rejects this EMA. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of this happening on this chart. When you see this rejection, right, that's telling you something, okay? And you could take this, for me personally, since I already took the trade on a lower high, I would not take this trade, but it is exactly to the rules. It's exactly to the rules. It's a clear 2 legs down. It's above the EMA, all that good stuff. Price gets a retest of this high, okay? And now it reverses. Again, if I see a lower high again, I'm taking it, as long as it's not a congestion or too close to the EMA. Okay, price reverses. Okay, there's something else going on. So you get the point, right? You get the idea, right? You get the idea. It's a congestion. There's no trade here anyways. What I'm trying to say here is, when you trade this, when you're trading these bars in these channels, you want the price to do exactly what you want, meaning that in this moment or in any moment, right, you're telling yourself, hey, I want to see a lower high, or hey, I want to see a second entry long at the EMA, or I want to see, you know, a second entry short at the EMA, or whatever the case may be. Once you see that, right, once your price gives you exactly what you want, you have to enter the trade. Like, you have to, right? You're telling yourself, hey, I want to see a lower high. Because why? Because there's a break, a new high already in place. Again, this is hindsight, but at the time, you know, you might thinking it's like this, right? Break already happened. There's a new high. I want to see a lower high. Boom, there's your lower high. You have to enter this. You have to enter. It's like, what's his name? Mark Douglas said, right? You have to be mechanical in trading your setups, right? Not in a sense mechanical in reading price action, because price action is not mechanical. It will never be mechanical. There's no really there's no such thing as mechanical system. It isn't, right? But you have to be mechanical to enter the trades. If the market presents the opportunities, if the market presents exactly what you wanted, you have to enter. You have to enter. You have no choice. You have to enter the trade. That's why Max says you cannot cherry pick. That's what he means. When you see exactly what you want, you have to enter the trade, right? Now, unless this lower high is too close to the MA, fine, no trade. It's not according to your rules. But if you're trading and you say, let's just say if you missed this lower high or something like that, or you had a bigger channel in play, or you think there's a bigger channel, right? And you get presented with this second entry short, right? You're telling yourself, okay, we have a bigger channel in play. Maybe, you know, there's a bigger channel, right? What I want to see is a second entry long at the EMA. You have new high, first entry long, second entry long. Boom. There's your second entry long. You can actually anticipate it. You'll have a green line. It'll tell you, hey, if the price crosses this green line, it'll be a new bar. It'll be basically triggering your trade. So you can actually go ahead and place your limit, or not a limit, or stop order at that line, and you get instantly fill, and you get instantly get out of the trade. This trade will probably last you 2 seconds, if that. Right? So once the price presents you exactly what you wanted, enter the trade. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Don't do anything else. Trade it. Place the trade. Call it a day. If it's a loser, fine. Log it. Mark it. Move on. But at the end of the day, make sure you come back and review this, right? Because maybe something missed, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So that's how you should be thinking. That's what you should be doing. Okay. When the price gets too hard and you don't really understand what's happening, take a break. Take a 5-10 minute break and come back and let the price action tell you where it's going and where it's doing, right? There's always, and I mean always, going to be another trade. Always. You might be thinking, oh, like you might have a FOMO, like, but no. Just calm down, take a deep breath. Oh my God, you know, this price is going up. I gotta go long. I gotta buy. No. Take a deep breath, calm down, okay? Follow the price, follow your channels, okay? Make a clear, decisive thoughts. Tell the price what you're looking for, okay? And then pull the trigger, okay? Don't get too excited when you see prices tanking or going up. Don't do that. That's follow your rules, be calm, be clear, okay? Once again, once the price presents the opportunity, pull the trigger. That's it. That is really it, honestly speaking. If it's congestion, no trade. If it's not enough room to the EMA, no trade, okay? This is what will make you profitable. You do this day in, day out, over and over, it will make you profitable, okay? I do want to talk about a couple other things, okay? I only have Renko chart, which is this, and a daily chart. Please, 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 for the love of God, do not have 15 charts open. Don't, if you're trading tick chart, trade one tick chart. You don't need 10,000 tick chart. You don't need a second tick 2,000 tick chart with a different data, whatever settings. You don't need gold. You don't need, you know, VIX or the dollar index. You don't need CL. You don't need NQ. You don't need to know what Google is doing. Please, guys, close your Discord. Close, you know, close your stream that you're watching. You know, you don't need all this crap. Like, I don't understand how people have 15 different charts, 3 different screens. Some of them have 6 screens. They have Discord going. They have, you know, they have 3 different chat rooms that they're in Discord. They have these streamers, I don't know how they make money. They have chat going. They have, you know, news going, right? They're watching somebody's stream and they're streaming themselves, and then they're talking to the chat, and then they have, you know, NQs and all this other stuff. It's like, how are you supposed to make a sound decision when you have 15 other different things going on? You only need one chart, which is your main chart, whether it's tick chart or whatever, and a daily, and that's it. That is all you need, okay? Especially in the beginning. Like, in the beginning, like, don't make it too complicated, okay? Next thing I want to talk about is what steps should you take in the sense of, like, real capital. Like, when should you trade your own capital? So personally, when I first started trading, I started with $500. I doubled it within the week, and the week after that, I lost it all, okay? And I knew from that moment that I need to take this seriously, and I need to do it right, okay? What I would suggest trading on a sim account, just like Max says. Max says this all the time. People are too eager to put in their real money into this live markets, and they're gonna lose it all. I mean, guys, you're trading against the best of the best, okay? People who don't like to lose, people who lose rarely, and people who have deep pockets, okay? You cannot compete with that. You, as a trader, as a beginner, as a newbie coming into this space, you cannot and will not compete with that. How are you supposed to, I don't know, fly a plane when you have zero clue on how to fly a plane? If somebody shoves you into a 737 and tell you, hey, go ahead and fly a plane, and you have zero experience, you have zero school, you have zero knowledge of how to fly a plane, do you really think you're able to fly a plane? Are you gonna watch a YouTube video on how to fly a plane? Are you gonna watch TikTok? No, it's silly. It's silly to think like that. It really is. This takes time. This takes absolute time. This takes patience. This takes everything. Every single thing. Okay, and you have to be almost delusional to a point where people think you're crazy. Okay, because you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it, okay? I know I'm getting off track here, but start on the sim. Gradually do a prop firm, and then after prop firm, do a live account. Okay, please, for the love of God, do not get stuck on prop firms. Prop firms are not your friends, okay? They're not. Sorry, but they're not. I don't care how good of a prop firm you have. I do not give a shit. Prop firms are in the business of making money from you, okay? That's it. They don't want you to succeed. They don't care if you have a 95% win rate. They do not care. They want to make money. That is it. They're in the business of making money. That is it. And I'm talking about these little prop firms, not your your actual like proper prop firms. I'm talking about your Apex, your Bullnoxes, and your other whatever, right? Your sim prop firms, right? They're not your friend. Okay, I've seen way too many traders who are stuck in this prop firm hell, and it's like, you've been trading for 6 years and you're still trading prop firms. Like, what are you doing? Like, all those payouts that you got, what are you doing with that money, right? When you get payout from a prop firm, set it aside. Set a couple $100 aside, maybe $1,000 or whatever the case may be. Put it towards your live account. When you have enough, I would say the minimum to trade a prop or a live account, I would say probably $5,000. Anything less than that is going to be difficult. But set the money aside and then be done with prop firms. And once you have a big enough account, switch to a live account. And live account is a lot different trading than prop firms, because you don't have all these rules. These rules are not here to help you. They're against you. It's very hard to trade with a prop firm with all these rules. You got consistency. You got the 7-day, 5-day, whatever day. You got your minimum payouts. You have maximum payouts. You have buffer zones. You have all this trading drawdown, end of day drawdown. All these rules that are making it harder for you to succeed. Like, it's a fact. It's absolute fact, right? There's really, I mean, honestly, like, this is how it is. I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been around, and I don't care if you restructure your prop firm or whatever the case may be. I don't care if you have the best trading system on the planet. I don't care. They're not here for you to succeed. They don't care. They really don't care. I've yet to see where a prop firm was straightforward, right? Like, what I like to see, okay, hopefully one day, but I doubt it. If I make $1,000 in one day, I should be able to withdraw that $1,000 right there and there. As soon as I close that trade, I should be able to request a withdrawal immediately, with no questions asked, no nothing. Okay, I understand there's people who try to game the system. I get it, but you can't make it to where they don't have that advantage, right? So to me, that's where I'm at. But yeah, prop firms are not your friend. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is, I guess I didn't never mention this, but you already have the videos of me trading live. So if you want to go back and look at those videos, but the way I enter trades is pretty simple. Like I said, I use these bars or these buttons, and if I have a setup that's coming up, let's just say, for example, there's a setup here, hypothetically speaking, right? What I would do is I would place a let me just make sure this is on the sim account. Okay, yeah, sim account. Okay, this is where I got the buttons from, this guy right here, sim account. Okay, so let's just say, for example, if there's a setup here and I want to go long, I would do this. I would click here.
Order filled.
And it's on the sim account. So you can clearly see the order got filled. Sorry, I had to switch accounts. But that's what I would do, right? I would place my order right there. I would get filled and off we go, okay? Now, be careful when you're trying to anticipate like that, right? Or trying to be early, because if you do an order, right, the price will do exactly what it just did, right? It will fill you, it'll touch you, order, and it'll fill you in reverse. So my point is, if you try to enter, like, for example, let me just cancel
order this. Filled.
For example, this entry short, right? Second entry short right here. You have new low, first entry, second entry short, right? It's a downtrend, it's all good stuff. You're going with the trend. So this, right? This is a high probability setup. This is a very, very high probability setup, right? So what I would do, obviously I would anticipate, and I would place my order right there. There'll be a green line right there. I'll place my order right there. It'll be a limit order. No, I'm sorry, it'll be a stop limit order, and just let it go. And that's it. That's what I would do. And that's how I enter the trades. I enter basically at the bar open, right? I don't do the one tick or whatever. You can do however you want. It's up to you. I'm not judging, right? But this is how I enter the trades. And what else? So I do want to actually mention something else too about the second entries, more specifically second entries in itself, or why they work so well. So the second entries, they have a very, very high win rate. Okay, even I don't want to say this, but even by themselves, they usually, if you do like a 4-tick scalp, they're usually a very high hit rate. Okay, it becomes even more efficient if you do it with the context and with the trend, right? So the reason why they work so well, and I know Max sometimes says, market moves in twos, it's micro psychology and all this and that. My understanding is second entries, you basically trapping the traders who are counter trend trading, right? So in this sense, I see the channel working down, and then you see this little nice little pull up to the upside. So am I thinking like, okay, people trying to catch the tops and bottoms, right? And they start entering the trades here in this area somewhere, and they have a pullback, and they think, okay, this is a small pullback. I'm gonna add to my position, and all of a sudden, right, price reverses, and now all these traders who are trapped long, right, they have to get out of their position. Maybe their stop loss is getting burned, right, and it creates fuel to the fire, right, and that's why you have this move down to retest this low. That is my understanding, right? It's vice versa to the upside, right? But that's how I understand second entries. You just basically trapping people who are a little too early to the counter trend. Okay. Now sometimes people who have deep pockets, right? For example, hedge funds or whatever the case may be, right? They might, they have the ability to withstand this kind of drawdown, right? We don't, unfortunately. Okay, maybe if you trade micros, you do, but I can't buy here, for example, and stand 10-point drawdown or a 9.5-point drawdown. That's just not that's just not me. I can't do that, right? Price eventually reversed, right, and then probably making some money here, right? But it does a lot of damage to your mentality, right? Hold on, this video 36 minutes. Okay. So that's how I enter trades, and that's how I see the second entries. But I hope this video, or this two-part series video, was helpful to you guys. And this is like I said, this is my understanding of price action and how it works. And like I said, it takes a lot of practice. It really, really does. Make sure you're in a room, quiet room. Make sure nobody's bothering you. Don't scroll on TikTok. Don't do that. I know some of you can't live without that shit. Okay, don't do that. Focus on one chart. Focus on reading price action. Play with the channels. Make sure they fit correctly. Make sure the midline fits pretty good. Okay, make sure you feel confident, and ask the price or ask the market to exactly what you want to see. If it gives you exactly what you want to see, you have to pull the trigger. You have to. You absolutely have to pull the trigger. Okay. And believe in this. Believe in this, that it works, and it works. Okay, it does work. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Okay, I mean, it works. You just have to, like I say, it's practice. And then give yourself enough time. Okay, most people they give themselves 6 months to a year, and that's not enough. That is not enough at all. Give yourself 3 to 4 years. You will see, if you do this every single day for 4 hours a day, you will start seeing like actual progress being made within about 3 years. It's a very small progress, and you'll see some small consistency, yeah, but not to where like, oh, I'm gonna quit my job and call it a day and just do this full time. No, it takes time. You have to build accounts. You have to scale. You can't just go from 1 contract to 5 contracts. It doesn't work like that. You will damage your mentality. Okay, just be patient, grow your accounts, and believe in it. That's all I can say, really, honestly. That's all I can say. Believe in it. Be delusional, and don't try to tell anybody that you do this, because people think you're crazy. Okay, people think you're crazy. People don't believe in this stuff. People think it's rigged, and people don't understand. Okay, because I've stopped telling people, or not people, but if I meet somebody new, I won't tell them that I do this. Okay, because it's people start talking at their ass, and it's like, I don't want to deal with that. So keep it to yourself. Practice. Make progress. And if you want to, 4 or 5 years later, if you want to buy a Lamborghini, you can, and then you can tell them, hey, I'm a day trader, right? But until then, just keep it to yourself and just, you know, do what you got to do. But I hope you find this video helpful. I probably missed a few things here and there, but if you have any comments, questions, concerns, comment down below. Thank you all for watching. If you're here, I appreciate you. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.